welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're doing very well. Okay, this does not happen that much nowadays, so the fact it's happening is really big. However, Ethan is responding and calling out Trisha Paytas' hypocrisies once again. However, this time about Ethan and Trisha abusing Ethan having Tourette's and having him be the punchline, and also Trisha is now coming out on a podcast saying that they have been called ableist and all of these things by Ethan and H3 fans, and it's just so outrageous and it's so disgusting, and where would they ever get these claims from, and me oh me, and all this bullshit, right? And so again, it's really not that common that either of them engage with each other anymore. However, Ethan took to TikTok to highlight a video that was showing the clip of Trisha. That was Trisha saying that, I can't believe I'm getting called ableist, and I can't believe I'm getting said that I ever made fun of his Tourette's. I always took it seriously. I'm being set up to be the victim again. Like this bullshit, right, from Trisha? And Ethan has reposted and reacted to and is talking alongside that video, and then, I mean, all of the moments in Frenemies where Trisha does exactly that with the Tourette's. And let me tell you something. I can speak for most of us when I say that most of us watched Frenemies, which was the podcast between Trisha and Ethan. Whenever you see these clips back to back of Trisha making fun of Ethan with Tourette's, making fun of Tourette's, making fun of other people, like, y'all, on Frenemies, Trisha Paytas called Dixie D'Amelio mentally, and then the R word, on Frenemies. We all just watched it, like we added up, like these clips back to back, and it's like Trisha making fun of just Tourette's, and like saying that, oh, they're showing a video, and Trisha's like, oh, he's stupid, he looks like he has Tourette's, and, you know, mentally ill like Tourette's, and it's like obviously Frenemies lasted a long time. It lasted months, and it had a lot of episodes, but when you're seeing these moments back to back, it really does go to prove. There was a couple tweets that did maybe a couple thousand likes whenever Frenemies was in its peak, and it was basically people saying that Ethan and Trisha need to be cautious of what they're saying on this podcast, because one of them can turn on one of them, or the internet can turn on both of them or one of them, and they're saying so many things on Frenemies over so many episodes that it might come back and bite them in the ass. And it has happened exactly with Trisha in this instance. So we're gonna look at these videos and we're gonna talk about them. Before we get into that though, no, today's video is not sponsored. I'm not saying it like that. If you're aware, on my channel, a couple months ago, we did this, which was a fundraiser for Nexus, which is an organization, charity, in Derry, where I'm from, in Ireland. Very small place, and their headquarters are in Belfast, which is also in Northern Ireland. And they basically help sexual abuse trauma survivors. They give a lot of resources, they give a lot of treatment, they give a lot of everything. They are the only one like it. And they're so underfunded, they're so underappreciated, they're not talked about enough. So, in wake of all of these stories that we were talking about, we set up a fundraiser on the channel to celebrate 200,000 subscribers, and you guys raised over £4,000, which is insane, and then I donated a further £1,000, and we gave over to Nexus, virtually of course, because they're in Derry and I'm here, £5,462. So I just want to let you know, the money was handed over, they now have the money. That was all of you guys, and if you donated or not, you shared it, you watched the video, you helped out in a way, and I'm so fucking proud of you all. This is the third fundraiser that we've done within 1 year. We did childhood cancer, we did suicide prevention, now we have done one for sexual abuse organizations and charities. I'm so fucking proud of this community, and I don't mean to be like the YouTube rewind, like I'm so proud of this community, Gabby Hannah, but I really fucking am, and I'm so happy that we're doing good also with the attention we're getting on this channel, so I'm really proud of you. Thank you so much. Okay, let's pull up this. I really did just want to highlight that because I want you to know that if you did even watch the video, here's where the money went, and they're so grateful for it. But we'll talk about that in due time. Okay, so here is the video here. It is around 4 minutes long, and again, words will not prepare you for, if even you watched Frenemies, the amount of moments that are able to just whiplash Trisha Paytas with, oh, I can't believe you said that. And here's the thing. I don't know if it's just because it's compiled together, or the fact that even the individual clips, I can't believe this shit was said. I don't know if it was because we were like, oh, Ethan and Trisha are friends, so, you know, they're able to make fun of each other or whatever like that, but y'all, let's just get into it. Oh, also, or I'll tell you I'll tell you now. I was in town today, right? This will be really quick. I was in town today and I was going shopping. I don't really leave my apartment much. But someone came up to me and they were so nice. Her name was Nicole and we got a picture and she put it on our Instagram story. It was super sweet encounter, right? She said to me, and I asked her if I was allowed to say this. She said that she loves the Adam and Eve code. Again, this video is not sponsored, but she said that she loves the code that I have. She was thanking me for it, just like this university student. So I appreciate that. Again, code Adam50 on adamandeve.com, 50% off. This literally is not sponsored. It's just a great deal. Oh my gosh.
That I made fun of him for saying his threats when they were clearly jokes.
Why is that a problem?
I don't know. Everything was a problem once the show ended. He was like, oh, she's anti-Semitic and she made fun of my Tourette's. When
He had Tourette's?
Yeah, he has like Tourette's, but I didn't make fun of him. Like,
he has like Tourette's. Trisha, does he or does he not?
The way he called me
Is
fat.
he really have? Is he just saying that to just be cool?
No,
and you think
Is he just saying he has Tourette's to be cool?
to be like
This is a great podcast for Trisha to be on. Seems like two, one mind.
I think he really has Tourette's.
Okay, well that's a real problem.
Yeah, of course, but once that show ended, it's like she's anti-Semitic, she's punished by Tourette's. So now I'm like an ableist,
Yeah.
but it's not.
This is really weird though. Again, all the clips start now. That Trisha is putting out there that I can't believe Ethan would accuse me of something like this whenever the clips are literally there to like whiplash you with. What thinking goes behind that? What thinking goes behind that? None. Okay, here we go.
Tourette's is like when you.
I have Tourette's syndrome.
No, Tourette's is when you're like, fuck this shit, isn't that Tourette's? I love having a friend with Tourette's because now I can like have a soapbox or something. All your TikTok should be about having Tourette's and like, you know.
I don't want my whole existence to be defined by the guy with Tourette's.
That's what you gotta do. You gotta like go for a thing that people will feel sorry for you for.
Ooh, that statement is so bad. Trisha's like, you can have people make or feel bad for you because you have Tourette's. So use it to your advantage. This goes to say a lot about Trisha, right? An awful lot about Trisha. Trisha, it's really not looking good right now for you. No, I'm gonna be honest, love. Not looking good, right?
I'm looking at you as like this god because you're just as messed up as me. I mean, you got Tourette's, so you got something
like,
wrong.
Oh, you're just like me. You're so messed up because you have Tourette's. A great message to put out there. It's a fabulous message to put out there, Trisha. Oh my god, like, beyond anything, right? Why would Trisha be so defensive against anyone calling her ableist, making fun of Tourette's, making fun of this kind of stuff, right? Knowing that the clips are out there, like, does Trisha, one, have a humiliation kink? I've said this about Gabby Hanna, I genuinely believe it in Gabby's case, I just think Trisha's dumb. Or does Trisha like just being talked about, that they're willing to put inconsistencies out there? What Trisha is it today? You know what I mean?
Brain,
It's like
no.
LCD.
So your brain is not wired all the way, right?
What? Yes.
It's like Vlad eating the block that I made fun of him for saying his Tourette's when they were clearly jokes. See,
Why
jokes.
is that a problem?
You're not. You
Yes,
just
it's
eat
the
cleaner.
blind leading the blind. Damn.
But why are you so much better than me? Your bread has Tourette's. That's like your physical. That's like the bread's version of your hand. Knowing that we're like cool and friends, like it's fun to have someone like Tourette's, just like Moses.
How many times was that statement said, I'm so glad I finally have a friend with Tourette's, and it was always so I could now make fun of Tourette's. Ugh.
My Middle Eastern. I never had a friend with Tourette's though.
Oh, perfect. Did you just hear that? Trisha said, oh, I have a Tourette's one now, and I also have a Middle Eastern one with Moses. It's just like, Token Queen.
Do you think it's kind of cool because it's like why would you make Tourette jokes about the bread and stuff?
I mean, you're making all the jokes.
It's interesting that Ethan was calling it out in the moment.
It's a big thing right now. I forgot to tell you.
I'm not participating in that.
It's people trying to finish a sentence and they can't do
But
it.
that's not, I don't have that issue.
But just maybe something with your hand, just put it on TikTok. You can write something and see if you can write a word down without doing that.
Come on, I'm not like a fucking, like, paraplegic.
You know, it's with my nipples.
Oh my god, it sounds like you have actual Tourette's. I know I always bring this up, but
It sounds like you have actual Tourette's. after a whole ass compilation we've just watched of Trisha acknowledging that Ethan does in fact have Tourette's. Very weird.
I like get Tourette's when you're screaming like that.
I mean, this is just some
Mother
shitty ass listicle website.
crap.
Yeah, it's garbage.
Tourette's had a strong
It's not
today.
Tourette's, stop.
It is, because you can't control it. You're not, you
Yes,
just see
it's the
clear.
blind leading the blind.
They
How do
can't
you
control.
know? You don't know anything.
I know, because you can't stop. I'm like, okay, stop reading my head and just keep going with it.
But it's fun.
It's really weird that Trisha's saying it like that whenever Ethan is having a moment with Tourette's, that Trisha's like, oh, I'm just trying to get on with the show. It's like, ooh, like, looking back at this, friends or not, colleagues or not, podcasts or not, so inappropriate to put out there. So inappropriate. Is anyone else just like, I'm like sweating because of how much I'm cringing. I don't cringe at much, surprisingly. But this, ooh.
Stop. You're out of line.
Smoke that weed, baby.
Yeah.
It's fucking
He
420.
has Tourette's.
Yeah, smoke
I
that
don't
weed.
know about
I think definitely has
Yeah,
Trisha,
fucking
stop. You don't
420.
need
He
to
is, are you
Tourette's.
kidding me? Yeah, it's fucking
He doesn't have Tourette's.
Fuck. I'm ready to see those
There's
pussy
something
balls
wrong
on
with no one just-
Monday.
There we go. Trisha just said there's something wrong with you after saying that she thinks that this person has Tourette's. She was like, yeah, clearly there's something wrong with him. Oh my god, again, I'm like trying to say that my main point is I can't believe Trisha would go on podcasts slating Ethan for saying that Trisha would make fun of him for having Tourette's or make fun of Tourette's in general or ableist, knowing that this stuff is like there. What the fuck? What?
The video, why do you need to diagnose his mental illness?
That's like,
Oh, here we go. Here's the clip I'm talking about where Trisha on Frenemies said this about Dixie D'Amelio, who is like younger than me, the same age as me or something like that. I'm actually looking this up. But Trisha said this on Frenemies about Dixie D'Amelio. So, Dixie D'Amelio age. Dixie is 20 years old, so a year older than me. But this is what Trisha said on Frenemies about Dixie.
like retardation, that's what you mean.
Wait, you just called her retarded.
You called Dixie mental retardation, which is like, a lot of people think that's crossing the line.
I have, mental illness. I have some form of retardation in me. I don't think to me, it's not an offensive word. I was just like, oh.
I love how when Trisha gets called out for anything, Trisha's able to relate it to, I have that, so I'm able to say that word, or I have it, so I'm able to make fun of.
I think there's something off. I was like, oh, she danced to the N word in 2020 when it just felt like I'm off.
Who said the M word, Trisha?
I forgot out of the ER. I didn't know what to do. I felt so crippled, but people love a crippled in bed, so it was fine. It's kind of like fucking a dead person. So now I'm like an ableist.
Right, here's my thing, right? I'm so glad, again, both of them really don't interact with each other on social media anymore, but I'm so glad because I've been seeing this campaign trail, and I mean, whenever Trisha was addressing it, it was always that things were just being made up about Trisha, things were being said, things were being lied on, things were being twisted, and it's like you can show hard fact, hard context clips, and it goes to show that everything everyone is saying about Trisha Paytas has been things that Trisha has said, Trisha has done, Trisha has implied, Trisha has done to other, it's ridiculous. I'm ending off this video by saying that I don't understand how Trisha Paytas is able to confidently go on external podcasts saying things that there are clips out there debunking. I can't get it. I want to know what your opinion is of it. I really think that it has to be Trisha trolling, knowing it will get people talking, calling her out. That's the only way to rationalize this. It doesn't make any sense otherwise. Right? It's so unclear to me. It's so unclear. So I want to know what your opinion is of it. We can talk about it below. Please let me know where you're at and where you think this is do you think Trisha's stupid or do you think Trisha just knows how to get people talking? Because it's one of the two. There's no in between here. It's one or the other. Right. Well, we'll talk about it below. I appreciate you for watching my video. Thank you so much. Stay safe, drink some water, and we'll talk about it below. So make sure to get to the comment section. I'll be there. Okay, bye.